Now today, well, I don't know if I'll finish it today, but I'm going to start working on this today. I want to make a rack to have my ladders on and my planks. And I was originally thinking on using these pockets here and putting kind of a process. I got this metal thing that's going into the pocket like that, and 6 inches into the hole and about 4 inches out. Inside of this, I wanted to put another piece of metal that I could take off or put on, depending on whether I'm hauling or not. And if I want to take the ladders, well, I can. It's not going to be that high, of course. If I want to take the ladders, I could throw on a piece, stick it in, put a pin in it, and then from that point to the front rack, put another piece on here and lay the front part of the ladder on that. And then when I'm not hauling anything, no planks or ladders, well, I can take all that off. Because my other truck, it's got a rack on it, and it's on all the time. And I kind of want something that's easy to take off, put back on again. I just have this piece of wood up here just to keep my ladders from scratching the roof. So right now I'm going to cut an exact piece and angle it for that plastic, and I have that 15 inches, and I'm going to cut it on whatever angle that is, and then I'll just put in 2 or 3 little screws, and that'll hold that 2x4 up in place and support that liner. And then these here, I'll just have to cut these out. So I just stuck one in there just to try it, and I mean that actually makes it stronger than it was before. But this allows this to fit down pretty snug, and then I'll just have to put some silicone along there. This is still out a little bit here because that should be in like this. So I'll have to notch that little bit out. That's right here, it comes up a little bit and then across. I'll have to notch that and maybe, I don't know, cut it here and bend this out and make it look good somehow. Oh, I got that done. That's pretty good. I'll just put a bead of black silicone along there to keep the elements out. Same over on this side. And the only thing I have to do, I'll probably tack a weld on the inside, push everything in. I was able to just cut that out, that angle. Same thing over on that side. So I just have to center this, and I'm not really sure I'm going to put a post there or not. I'm kind of changed my mind. I think I might, because it's 40 inches from center to that one, so I think I might go 40 from there to here, which puts it about here, because really that post, if I'm hauling logs or anything, like, you're not going to put the logs very snug against this. They're going to be all over the place, so you got to have one kind of there. And they won't be there all the time. I mean, the inserts that'll be there, I'll just weld it on top of that plate instead of going down inside the box maybe. I mean, I'll have lots of support. I think, I'm not really sure. I'm kind of just running through different ideas. So this is the, I had to cut this little spot out in order for my metal rack to sit on there, because it was out a little bit. So I painted it. It's probably not going to see much weather anyway, but I put these screws in just so I could pull it into place after I got it in. And then I'll put a few screws in there. Do the same thing over on that side. So these inserts cut, so basically I'll have to square it, plumb it. And this one's inserted. This one here is going to be sitting on top. And then I'll have to probably cut a little bit of this and bend it out, because I want this part to be in the middle. So that's another step done. And I drilled out some holes here, and I'm planning on putting like 1, 2, 3, 4, and then put 4 here. But I had to make sure I didn't go too low or too high, because there's kind of an edge in there, and that's where I wanted to get it hooked onto. It's kind of a stronger point, and that'll hold the rail on, and then I'll weld the inserts, I call them, into that, and then they'll be up about 5 inches or something, and then I'll be able to slide the other posts in like whatever I want. If I want to hold a ladder rack, or I'm not really sure what I'm going to put in there yet. And then when I'm hauling logs, I can just stick in, you know, a 3-foot post or a 2.5-foot post or whatever. And I still have to make something from here up so it'll clear the cab. I probably got to add about 5 or 6 inches of height to this and come across with a bar and down. And I'm not sure whether I want to make it removable or not, because, you know, when I'm not hauling anything, I'd rather not have this stuck up catching wind. Not that that makes any difference, but I'll see. I'm kind of just making it up as I go. About 40 inches from that to that centered, and 40 inches from that is put to about here. So I decided I was going to cut this off and put in a post. But the only difference is these posts are going to be 6 inches into the bed wall, whereas this I'm just going to weld on top of this and use this for support. And that should be good. And then I'm going to have, I'm not sure, I think I'm going to have it like about 5 inches high, and then I'm going to have a round bar from the top, just kind of like for a railing to tie onto from there. Anyway, I got this one off, and I just need to flush that up better, and then I can start working on this side and get that done. So she's pretty wide looking. Be able to haul some wood with this. So this back rack will come off, and then these other posts, I'll stick a couple more in the back, just straight posts when I'm hauling wood, logs. So this is how it's come so far. This is the front rack. I made it so that I lift it off, but it's kind of, well, that will slide off when I bolt this down. And this is the back part. A little tricky getting the right angles to it. You just cut 3 sides of that, and this will lift off. So this off a little easier. So I just got to pretty much finish touching up a few welds on that. So I finished this tonight. This would be, it's still kind of wet paint. I got my rails on. This is the original rack. That's been on the truck for a long, long time. Never been painted. And then, I don't think she'll come off. It's pretty solid. And then I got another rack that I'm going to put on this, just to clear the cab for my ladders. So it'll clear the cab and about the same height as this one. The only thing I made a mistake in is this post here is just that way a little too much. It's just when you're down here you can really see it. Look down the end, see it's way down at the end there, it's stuck. But anyway, that's not too bad. Especially trying to, there's a lot of figuring out what to do, getting the right angles and stuff. And then when it comes time, if I want to haul logs, I just have to stick this, stick that insert in there. I got another one for the front there too. One for each hole. I'm short about 3.5 feet of bar. I'll have to go in and get some more. Then when I'm hauling logs, well, I'll take this back one right off. That'll slide right out of its pocket. And then I'll just have 6 posts. When I'm hauling logs, I'll be able to get some big loads.